Hello, hello, hello. It's another absolutely glorious day here. It's like summer and it's only April. And then I heard this morning, hi Pascal, I heard this morning that we may have snow by the weekend. So we need to make the most of this glorious weather. Today I'm going to be talking about how to prioritise in business. So if that's of interest and you think it's of interest to other people, please do invite followers, share this out, click the little Perry dude in the corner, and please say hi as well. It's nice to welcome people as they come on. Yesterday, I actually looked at, I guess I did kind of part one yesterday because this came from, hello, don't know your name there, maybe shout out hi and give me your name. Yesterday's topic and this topic today came from a question from one of my previous scopes a week or two ago, and it was about somebody who had a home-based business who was saying it's really difficult to prioritize when you've got family, you're working from home and you've got a business. So that's what I've been tackling. So yesterday's scope was about how to prioritize in terms of work-life balance mainly. So how to figure out and make the best decisions for you in terms of what's going to work, and then how to commit to that and get other people to agree to that as well, and then start to implement and be consistent and persistent. So that'll be up on my blog very soon. So if you want to go to the-successclub.com/blog, you can get that there. Oh, big screen in Cumbria. Oh, no pressure then. Thanks, Pascal. So today I want to talk about, that was kind of work-life balance. This is more, okay, once you've got that sorted and you're feeling better about that, how do you then prioritise on a day-to-day basis in your day-to-day work, week by week, sort of all the tasks and things that you want to do. So just before I get into that, if you don't know me, my name is Julie Johnson and I help people step into a more successful business and life. And you know how you're presented with so many challenges when you're in business and everything seems to move and change so quickly? Well, what I help people do is to be able to better cope with those challenges and problems and to make better decisions for themselves and their business so they can get really laser focused. And in that way, everything becomes simpler. Your business is simpler and your life is more simple. So that's me. As I say, it would be good, even though it's being shared on a screen, if you can share it out to your followers, that would be fab. So today's all about prioritising in your business. And what I wanted to do first was kind of get you to take a step out. So before we look at specific tasks, I want you to just think about your business and your business direction and what you're aiming for. Because if we don't come out and take that helicopter view, you may still not make the right decisions on a day-to-day basis. So what I mean by that is I always recommend that people break down their business goals into smaller chunks. So I recommend quarterly targets or mini projects, if you like, and they can be one of two ways. So the first might be something that you want to maintain, that you're already really good at as a business, and you don't want to lose sight of that as you start to focus on developing more or improving other areas. So I'd call that a maintenance project, if you like. Now, what might that be for you? So in some businesses, that might be you've got a great referral system that's really working for you, and you don't want to stop doing that as you're starting to try and implement other ways maybe to get more clients. It might be that networking groups or social media is really working for you in terms of getting your message out and people coming to you to say that they're interested, in which case that would be a maintenance project. So you don't want to lose sight of that, because what most of us tend to focus on is where do we need to improve. So that would be an improvement project. And I'm talking on a quarterly basis about one maintenance and one or maximum two continuous improvement projects, if you like. And again, just think about what that might be for you and your business right now. Now, it might be some of the things I've already mentioned. They might not be working for you. Or it might be, well, what might it be? It could be that you're not getting in front of enough people. You're not converting enough of those people to clients. You're not getting repeat business. So they might all be areas that you may want to focus on and have a project over a 3-month period to kind of focus on that. So again, the reason I'm saying this is because it's important to be clear on that, because you can't tackle absolutely everything in your business. So let's take a more close-up view. So if there are certain things that you want to concentrate on in your business, then there are going to be certain questions that you need to ask on a day-by-day basis for every single activity that you're planning on doing. So what kinds of things? There are 3 main questions. So the first is, does what I'm about to do bring in cash, or will this bring me in some money? So what kinds of things would that be? Well, that would be delivering your service, selling products. I would also include here actually invoicing, because what a lot of us don't do is actually we may do the work but then not invoice for a while and then wonder why cash isn't coming in. Or complain about our customers when actually we haven't sent the invoice out. So I'm just focusing here on day to day, what questions can you ask yourself to prioritise? Given that when I set the scene a little bit earlier, hi, I don't know your name, but lovely to see you. You can tell me your name actually. So we've looked at the helicopter view, and there might be certain things that you want to focus on in your business, but this is on a day-to-day basis. So the first question is, will this bring me money? Is this going to bring in money? And that's going to be your client work, and I'm including your invoicing here, or getting information out to people in terms so that they know how to pay and when to pay. Victoria, hi Victoria, lovely to have you, welcome. It's a glorious day here. I hope it is where you are. In fact, I think you might be local, so it probably will be. It's like a summer's day here. Okay, so question 1 was, will this or does this bring me cash? Does it bring in the money? So that's your client work and your invoicing, because for most of us, we don't get paid until we invoice, regardless of when we've done the work. And I've got some clients who actually forget to invoice. It's kind of way down on their priority. And that's not good when you're a small business in particular, because you've got bills to pay as well. So that's question number 1. Question number 2 is, will this lead to money? You're rubbish at invoicing, Victoria. Lots of people are. And it's one of those tasks that people think of as a necessary evil. But actually, if you don't invoice, or whatever you do, I mean, it may not be invoicing if it's mainly online, but for most of us, it's invoicing if you're providing some kind of service. And if you don't do that, you're not going to get the money in. So please make it a priority. Put that in your, does this bring in the money? And that's going to be a job. So I actually invoice before I do the work, but I encourage people to invoice immediately, the day they're doing the work or immediately after. And keep their terms shorter when you're a very small business. It can be really difficult. Anyway, that's a different subject. What I want to focus on is prioritising. So first question, will this bring in the money? Second one, if it doesn't immediately, is it likely to? Will it lead to me bringing in money? So what kinds of things would they be? So Victoria, for you, what kind of things would be in that sort of second priority? I mean, I'm thinking about things like product or service development. So developing something that you're going to offer to people that will bring in some money. It might be partnerships or collaborative relationships with people who offer complementary services to you so that you can help each other. Bring in the money, if you like, get more clients and give more value. It might be things like engaging with people on your list, whether that's an email list, a database, a contact management system, however you kind of do that, but keeping in touch with people who are current clients, people who've bought before but aren't current clients, and people who've not bought. Maybe they're not ready. It's not the right time for them for whatever reason. So that may be part of number 2. Yep. What else? Research, I guess. If you're or surveying people. You know, if you're looking at developing something new, then you need to do a little bit of prior work to decide, first of all, if you can and whether people actually want it. So very often we get caught up in, I know exactly what people need, but you've got to be clear about, do they want it and are they prepared to buy it? So they're the first two questions. Now the third question, and kind of third priority, although I've got a little proviso around this, is this necessary? So if it's not going to bring in work, or if it's not going to bring in cash straight away, and it's not something that's going to lead to cash, so, you know, but something like paying your bills is still a necessary part of business. So I'm thinking about some financial things like paying bills. If you've got any regulatory requirements or any legal requirements, so anything that's required of you as a professional, so sometimes professional bodies require certification or CPD, and sometimes you do need to schedule that in, and you do need to prioritise that, but it would tend to come third in the priorities. So as I say, regulatory, legal, financial. Now the other aspect of this is this necessary in terms of, is it going to take me towards my goals? So at the beginning, and if you missed the beginning, I was talking about just before we get straight into the everyday stuff, we need to take a step back or take a step out. We have this helicopter view where we're looking at our business, and there are certain things that we want to improve, and there are certain things that we want to maintain. And I'm suggesting that you have mini projects, quarterly targets or projects that you kind of really focus on in your business. So that's the third question I'd be asking. Is this absolutely necessary? Is this going to take me towards my goal? So the goal might be setting up a new kind of process or system that's going to help you convert more prospects into clients, or that's going to help you get in front of more people, whatever that might be. Or it might be something like reviewing a current process and seeing how that's working and where you may be able to improve it. So there's three questions there on a day-to-day basis. Is it going to bring me the money now? Client work and invoicing. Is it going to lead to me bringing in the money? So that's developmental stuff, engagement, collaboration, relationship building. And is it necessary would be number three. Is it necessary for your business? And is it going to take you towards your goal? Because one of the things that I see where people fall down is when they're presented with some kind of new opportunity and somebody says, oh, I've got this fab opportunity, or are you interested in this? Now, if you go through those same questions, it may be easier for you to say a yes or a no. So for instance, a new opportunity, but I mean, you tell me what kinds of new opportunities. It doesn't really matter what, but if you're kind of presented with something and you'd already planned out what you were going to do for that day, then you need to ask yourself these questions. So is it going to bring me cash straight away? Is it going to bring the money in? More than likely not, because it's an opportunity. It's kind of a future dated thing, if you like. So the question two is it likely to lead to money? It may be a yes, and it may be a no, and it may be I don't know. In which case, I would go to question three, which is this going to take me towards my goal? Take me towards my quarterly focus? Because it may be something that might be good for you, but if it distracts you, if it takes you away from an area that you really want to focus on, then it's probably not good to say yes to it, even if it may lead to money. Good, glad to see that sitting home. Have you got any examples of instances where this kind of happens? Because as I say, that's where people tend to fall down, is they're presented with things and they go, oh, but that might lead to money. But the problem with that is, what's your business direction? What's your business model? What's your strategy? What are you going to focus on for the next quarter? And is it going to help you with that, or is it going to take you away from that? Because we want to try and stay to a path. That's the whole point of prioritizing. That's the whole point of getting focused. And what the other thing that this will do is it can help you figure out because I kind of look at it not only on a day-to-day basis, but on a week-by-week basis. So it may help you kind of stop all these peaks and troughs, you know, when you're just constantly out delivering your service. And then you go, oh my God, now I've got no money coming in and I've got no prospects in the pipeline. So what you can do is ensure that every week, particularly if you've got a maintenance and you've got an improvement project, then that will ensure even, that you're not only focusing on some of the new things, but you're focusing on some of the things that are always going to maintain what you're already good at. So you may have however many days, 2+ days client work, 1+ day business improvement or development, and then, I don't know, half a day to a day, some kind of special project or goal that's going to move you forward. But that having that business development or that marketing bit as part of your everyday will stop those peaks and troughs. So if you've got any questions, I'm happy to take some questions here. I'm conscious that although I did start a little bit after 1, so again I'm going just over the 15 minutes. So it's kind of nice for me because I'm about to have a lunch break and go outside, but I don't know how long you've got. So if there aren't any specific questions, I will close there. So just remember, today's lesson was about taking a step back first, knowing what your main focus is for each quarter, 1 maintenance project and 1-2 maximum development or improvement projects, and then on a day-to-day basis ask yourself those 3 questions. Is it going to bring me the money now? And don't forget your invoicing in with your client work in that number 1 priority. Is it going to lead to bringing in cash? And third, but not necessarily last, if you're not sure at number 2 there, then go to number 3, which is this necessary for my business? And is it going to take me towards my goals? So that's great. Hope you've enjoyed that. Give me some love if that's struck a chord and that's been of benefit to you. And I will see you again. It'll actually be earlier tomorrow. I'm out over lunchtime tomorrow, so I'll be with you about 10:30 tomorrow. That's fabulous. Bye for now.